Welcome back, everyone, to Limbus Company. I am me. I'm joined by my good friend Hunter.
Spring cultivation.
Yes, and we have to do our 10 draws.
Yes, I'm manifesting you're getting it this time.
Yep.
Yep, that's right. I blessed you.
This surely. I'm surely not gonna fail the coin flip like 6 times in a row.
No, you get it right here. Come on, don't be a coward.
Oh, there you go.
It's just that easy, dude. Come
It's
on.
just that easy. Come on. Come on.
It's because I blessed you. You know?
attention.
It's because I blessed you, and I never bless you. They decided to give it to you this time. It's just a really cool identity. I just really like it.
I really like the identity. Oh.
I think we like it for different
I
reasons.
also
but...
got notice.
Ah, Wuthering Heights Butler. Josephina Otis.
Neat. But it's very rare for me to get 2 new ones. We gotta do the
It's a
3
sign.
draw.
Holy shit, when did you get that much lunacy, dude?
When I bought it.
Stop buying lunacy.
Alright.
Ah, free Don Quixote shards.
Alright. It could be something.
No, it's not good.
I don't know what Don I don't have, but it might be. It could
You might have
be.
all the Don.
It could be something. Aradia.
What? Oh, okay. Devyat. This is Uber Eats Rogia.
Alright. As you do. As you do.
Hey, you know what? 3 stars in like 24 cumulative pulls is pretty good. 23. No, 23.
And then 1 more Radia for the road. Okay. Real quick, I just want to see like how I'm fucking doing on the ring team. I don't know actually who all has ring people.
It is Yisong, Faust, Honglu, Otis, Rogia, and Marcel.
Do I not have? Oh, that's surprising.
Do not have pointless student Yisong. No.
Wait, can I?
I think it's a standard fare identity.
Yeah,
it's right there.
Oh. This is.
This used to be the strongest identity in the game by a long shot, and now it's just really strong.
So I guess that's index, not the ring.
Yes, I think when we get the Ryoshu seasonal highlight identity, we'll get House of Spiders synergy. But right now, it's just between the factions.
X. I enjoy how many lobotomy egos Ryoshu has.
2 of them, yeah. It's the same Ryoshu in the Mirror World. It's the same one, just in a later timeline. The Sinners and LobCorp Mirror World is a continuous one. The Meat Lantern Dawn is the same character as the Magical Girl Dawn, just later on.
Yeah.
Or other way around. The Magical Girl Dawn is a later version of the Meat Lantern Dawn.
I don't. I just at least I don't feel. I think this doesn't fit Ishmael.
If you read the Uptie story, they make it work because she's not the same as the character in the actual Kanto. She's slightly different. Bring Pointillist is right there.
Wait, did I just miss it?
Yeah, bottom left. Gregor does not have
one.
a finger identity.
Because I, so far, really like most of the ring IDs.
They're pretty cool.
I feel like the older one, like the song, isn't
The Pointillous are victims of being from an earlier season, so they are inherently less power crept, or more power crept.
Yeah, I do like it.
Look at the name of that fucking skill 3. It's so much. Pythia's melody, anatomization of the anatomized by the anatomized.
There you go. Closing time. Installation art number 1.
Installation art number 1. Your Reflection Bones is the gallery seats.
That
As one
is
does.
a lot of fucking coins for an attack weight 3.
Well, he's supposed to be the same tier as the Index song. They're both Nurse Fathers.
No, not really. I was just wondering. Yeah, just sinking. I was just wondering if it like synergized. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but you see the number of fucking coins, man.
Yeah, but
it's a 9-coin skill.
If only he had the funny raise your coin power by 1, lower the base power by 1.
Actually, if you read the skill, it specifically says this skill's coin power does not change.
Oh.
Instead, it does more damage.
Yeah. Not affected by paralyze. This is a fun skill.
Yes.
Weapon assigned to this coin is fixed as scythe.
Go on. Read his passives, plural.
Gain prescript device. Based on unlock stage. God, fucking.
Keep going. There you go.
There
There are the weapons. 9 weapons.
Errata weapons assigned to every That's really funny. I really like that.
It's a very fun identity. It's very cool.
That's really fun.
Every coin on every skill flips a different weapon that has a slightly different effect. And a different attack damage value.
Yeah,
or attack damage type.
I would want... I mean, Yisong, Honglu, Faust, Radia, Dawn, and Mersol is what I'd want my team for it.
They would work on account of just being strong identities. And the ring, like when others have differing status effects, so they're not like unsynergistic. It'll just be a little wonky.
Just because
Honestly,
I like the aesthetic.
The Yisong, so all the Yisong syncing identities, and there are a few of them, contribute something different to the syncing archetype. The Spice Bush Yisong, for example, has Syncing Deluge, the only identity with it that can like burst syncing as a bunch of damage. The Solemn Lament Yisong is really good for keeping count up and has his special butterfly syncing type. The Index Nurse Father Yisong, his contribution to syncing is doing so much damage that the enemy is dead and their statuses don't matter.
Yeah. God, if I wanted to do that, I would need so many tickets. Like, so many tickets.
Gotta do your daily ticket grind. Speaking of which, I gotta do my daily ticket grind.
We'll do our daily ticket grind real quick. Just do a... Oh, fuck. Right, I have the...
New battle! Hey, that's 25 lunacy right there.
아슬아슬한 합격점이었다는 생각이 드네요. 하지만 이번 교류로는 어떠한 발전도
You know,
개선점도
not the voice I expected from the Iron Maiden.
이 정도에 좋다고 희죽거리고 싶지는 않아.
That's also what she sounds like in the canto. She's just like that.
Just not what I expected from the Iron Maiden. Just like a nice little pleasant voice.
의로움을 세우고
흑수, 오필등.
이제야 명을 받듭니다.
My problem with the new
야음을 틈타.
Ring Roja ID is that it's also bleed, which is what the La Mancha Princess identity is, and I really enjoy the La Mancha Princess because it's a support unit, and this game doesn't have a lot of support units.
I get that.
But also, it's hard to argue with just a very strong kit. Actually, that facade works really well
It works
with
really
the
well,
Heisho
yeah.
Otis. It's a good match.
선을 넘고 꺾고
Oh,
제쳐라.
I went through and I upgraded the egos for like a lot of my egos to like level 3.
와르르 무너지는군.
좋아.
Ah, yes, the 4 billion thread sync that is thread spinning egos.
Yeah, not to 4 because dear God, 4 is
저 해충들은
So expensive, but
so
3, yeah, that's fair.
expensive in like every way.
승객이
묘요.
I only upgrade an ego to Threadspin 4 if it is actively a 4 ego for the team archetype or I really, really like it. And that's the only time I'll do that.
영화.
And I say that as someone who's sitting on 4,000 for
조금이라도 머리통을 굴리게 되어서 돌아온 줄
터세와.
알았던 요즘 면담을 쉬긴 했지 7번 수감자
그래.
Yes, get me the billion XP tickets I will need if I want to do another team.
저
Level
해충들을
60.
보려내라.
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요
길을 열어.
적합결에 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛이 나는
Yeah, I think it's honestly, I think the main incentive for logging into Limbus daily is just having upgraded resources.
바람 불어오는
Not to do Mirror Dungeon every day, just to do the one mission.
터세와.
Bro, you don't really need to do Limbus every day though. Or not Limbus, or Mirror Dungeon every day. You only need to do
Oh yeah. But there are some people who are like, oh yeah, I do a Mirror Dungeon every day, so I maximize my fucking shard intake. And it's like, damn, dude.
It just sounds.
대성공.
I mean, if you like the game,
다른 신나.
but like I get.
You know what? You know what the thing is? I think it's that this game has a lot of people who are too young to be playing it, and so they have a lot of free time.
Maybe. I get.
경계의 안가품이
When I do the Mirror Dungeon, since I know for a fact I can P-enter
수단을
the entire way to the fifth room, I just get
이제
so bored.
It's definitely less of the case once you start doing like
예측한 대로
hard and extreme, but I think hard is a decent balance of
I'm doing
difficulty. I think
hard.
extreme
I'm
is
doing
crazy.
hard. Yeah.
No, I mean hard like floors 5 through 10, like
Oh.
the parallel superimposition.
야호.
I haven't done that.
이기는 편, 우리
Yeah.
편.
They're only really worth doing, I think, if you're caught up, because it's hard to otherwise. But it can be fun. Can be fun. More fun than just sitting there P plus entering once a week. But
People's entering for like 45 minutes once a week.
I say this as someone who didn't do his mirror dungeon last week, so take everything I say with a grain of salt.
길일 뿐이지만
Alright. We
세월
begin
홍은
us
그제야 알게
voice acting.
Yes!
Yes!
String cultivation!
The voice acting would. I have 76 of these things, huh?
You just haven't used them once.
I don't use them. I have not used them once. That was correct.
How many purple? I have 282 blue tickets. Not nearly enough.
The hall was chill with a tense air, and those present all sat in complete silence. Then there was Jia Wanxun, with her lips slightly curled into a mirthless sneer. At the center of it all sat Jia Shichun, unsure what to say next.
Okay, hold on.
You were Shichun.
I was
think.
Shichun.
Yeah, so
I can also take Yanchun if you don't want to, but if you want to, sure.
I can do it just so it's not you just voice acting to yourself.
Fair.
Because I try to avoid that. If like the only reason this character doesn't come in is going to be docked to this character, you know,
Yeah.
or like if you know, or just like how if you know there's going to be a romance thing, I'm not going to do the other voice.
Fair.
Well, everyone. Jia Yuanchun, seated next to the Hyrux seat upon which Shichun sat, smoothly takes control of the situation and begins the assembly. Honored heads of houses, lords of each family, their proxies and members stand. She nods lightly, acknowledging our awkward presence. And little Shichun's guests, who stay here at our H-Corp, seem to be extending without a foreseeable end. Rude. Isn't she technically from Key Corp? What's up with her acting like she's any less of an outsider than we are? I was Ishmael, wasn't I? I think.
Yeah, you were Ishmael.
Yeah, and did everybody catch that our H-Corp? Because everything else, the fact that she hijacked the meeting with the get-go is ridiculous, especially with Jia Shichun, the family hierarch, herself presiding over this official assembly. Clearly, she's using the pretense of assisting the hierarch to assert her own dominance over these proceedings. As we are all aware, venerable foreigner Jia Mu has always discussed with and confided in me. Does that? I mean, like, we might get to it. Is everybody like? So, Mu was down there. Shichun went down there, and now Mu's dead. We just got shrunk.
Well, to be fair, the hierarch process typically ends with the previous hierarch becoming one of the elders at Chikon Temple, so they never really return after the new hierarch.
But I don't know. The temple flooded. That's weird.
Well, no one goes to Chikon Temple. That's the thing. It's like hidden in that faraway labyrinthian garden path, and only Honglu really goes there.
I feel like this lady seems to be into some of the stuff.
Shadow Elder Money Gang controls things from behind the scenes.
This lady,
she's absolutely making a power play.
in me about the matters of the greatest import, the momentousness of which steered the very course of H Corp's prospects. Even after I had departed the family for Q Corp, venerable former Jia Mu has always written missives to confer such matters with me. Something about it smelled suspicious, but we'd already missed the window to challenge her to present us with proof without breaking decorum. Thus, as it naturally follows that I be the inheritor of the venerable Jia Mu's will, I shall be presiding over this regular assembly, which will convene now to discuss and determine the future of H Corp. With a grandiose and self-important introduction, it seemed clear to me that she considered herself to be the main character of the scene. Or something.
Your great family befits your station, Lady Wanchu.
We are all impressed by your utmost dedication to the citizenry of Hongyuan, despite your already saturated schedule.
We can only thank enough for your magnanimity, Lady Wunchin. My parents, a true shame that they couldn't be here, have always sung praises of your expertise, Lady Wunchin. Responses from the participants are just as protracted, only obsequious intent instead of arrogant. As heads of some of those houses were under investigation for consorting with the forces foreign to Hongguan, their vacuum was filled by their children's generation, many of whom we had the pleasure of meeting during the family hierarch war. Very well, then shall we? Welcome, Jia Shichun, the next person to sit upon the seat of Hongyan's family hierarch.
Greetings, I am.
Now, let's begin. For many years, all those who've gathered here have toiled day and night for the eternal prosperity and growth of H Corp. Jia Shichun's expression immediately sours as Wanchun unceremoniously cuts off her self-introduction. First on the agenda for this assembly are urgent discussions and passage of new major policy items that have been tabled for far too long. Distributive contribution rights, auctioning policy, quarterly amnesty policy. Blech. Dry throat.
Big Sister Yunchun, passing the distributive contribution rights auctioning policy would allow the open auction for any remaining rooms the day before reconstruction days, and the quarterly amnesty wouldn't do anything but give unfair advantage to certain families and high net worth individuals by guaranteeing them large real estate assignments regardless of their performance in the previous quarter.
Jia Shichun stutters a little, flustered, before continuing.
My point is, these policies are going to rattle H Corp's economy the moment they go into effect. Besides, these policies were pretty much drawn to favor lining the pockets of a select few families and high-ranking officials of H Corp.
If I may, Venerable Hierarch, lining the pockets! That is quite an odd turn of phrase to refer to the bare minimum of respect the society might repay to its highest contributing members, don't you think?
Shut up, you. Oh, before we continue, Jichun, I'm not entirely certain if you're aware, but ever since the ascension of the new family hierarch, the perceived value of Hongyuan has been racing to the, for lack of a better word, rock bottom. Clearly, this demonstrates Hongyuan's concern and its lack of faith in the newly appointed family hierarch. Therefore, it naturally follows that our most urgent task at hand is to put a stop to this value and reputation freefall, and restore prosperity and greatness of Hongyuan once again. You know, she is really confident that Shichun won't just like, hey, show, kill her.
Well, that would cause an incident with Q Corp.
Eh.
I also think she also has a Heisho pack. Or something.
Yeah, but Shichun has 3. And,
That's true.
And if, what's her face was anything to see, the one that Faust is based off of, I forget her name right now,
Zilu?
Zilu, yes, who tanked without resisting. What's his nuts like strongest attack?
Lehung.
Yeah, he's dead, so who cares?
Oh, okay, not without resisting. She did use her defensive Shin aura. It's just she managed to survive using defensive Shin.
Yeah, considering she is a speed fighter.
True, she did sit there and eat the hit as an agility, as a rogue.
As a
rogue class.
She tanked the DPS hit.
I fucking love Zilu.
So, you know, it's like... Maybe Zulu's especially strong. Maybe. I wouldn't put it...
She is an adept. She is basically the highest rank of regular Heisho member.
Yeah, regular.
She's also a member of the Pinky and Jashu's, like, personal guard and confidant and friend. So...
Yeah, so I'm just saying that if Shichun has 3, and there's like 12 or something... Because you said there's one for like all the...
If she tried really hard, she could probably kill Jia Yanchun, but it would also probably end up with her dead shortly after as a result of the political ramifications of doing that.
Yeah.
This is a pit of snakes. It's a Chinese political court.
See, that's the fun
Nest
thing.
of vipers.
That's the fun thing about nukes. We use nukes to stop other nukes.
And it works by no one using their Heisho pack. Thus, peace remains.
Thus, peace remains, and she gets
This way, we only use Heisho packs against people without Heisho packs. Funny how that works.
Funny how that works.
Parallels.
Parables. I hate society.
Yes.
Where was I?
I think you finished this.
Oh yeah, I did. Okay.
Yeah, okay, and that's the family hierarch's job, right? Why are you...
If you had perused H Corp's articles of association, you would have known that should H Corp be deemed to be in a state of crisis, the 4 great houses and the board of directors' voice may also carry de facto power in the assembly. And the board of directors, that's us, has determined that we are now in a state of crisis. Ah, yeah, that.
The shockingly real political power grab. We are in a state of crisis. I, the person who can declare a state of crisis, have decided.
I, the person who gains all the benefits from us being in a state of crisis, is also the person who can decide if we're in a state of crisis. Yes.
Curious.
This ceasefire is in effect. It will not be violated as long as I say it's in self-defense.
Truly.
Curious.
Don't get political. State of crisis? What crisis? Everything that led to my ascension to the family hierarch was legitimate, down to the final approval.
These unseemly rumors and slander are tanking our value, which we have built up assiduously through years upon years of toil. So what is this, if not a state of crisis? And who wouldn't doubt the new family hierarch's qualities when this decline has coincided precisely with her ascension? Ah, yes. The stock market that cares very much about reality. Jia Anchun was somehow turning the room against Shichun without presenting a single shred of evidence, portraying her as some burdensome hierarch who was single-handedly tanking H Corp's value. No one in the assembly, not a single representative from any families present, stepped up to point out how Jia Shichun's swift actions were what finally repelled the outside forces that had marched right up to Hong Yuan's front yard. or how she deftly maneuvered her forces to quell the embers of war by quickly taking control of the chaos within Dagwanyan. She hadn't shown any glaring signs of incompetence since her ascension despite her relative inexperience, but... I have much to gain from this. Everyone in Hangyuan's board of directors, the head of each family, averted their eyes as though all of that had somehow, inconceivably, slipped their minds. So, you take yourself to be a qualified individual for that responsibility, Shichun? Very well, then proceed. We're all waiting for you to begin your briefing before the assembly regarding the last 30 years' quarterly net revenue records for Hangyuan's singularity-related businesses, your calculations on next year's fiscal debt, forecasts, the exact recipe and variation numbers for the bonuses that have been registered in the last 5 years.
The venerable. Hold on. What's a wave voice?
What's a wait voice? What is both
Venerable
nerdy
hierarch.
and yet buff?
The venerable hierarch has not yet received that data prior to the meeting. You must all be aware of the chaos that followed the ascension. We are still indexing all available materials to...
Isn't that funny? Not once in the history of Hangyuan has the family hierarch ever failed to provide immediate and detailed answers regarding Hangyuan's historical statistics.
Man, it's like they had some kind of information parasite.
Yeah, Jia Yanshun must have known all along too. She must have known how the previous family hierarchs were all directly supplied of an immense repository of information through the Jianhuang worm, or something of the equivalent. And she's using it to target Shi Chun's weakness, knowingly asking questions she, the first family hierarch about the Amana worm, couldn't possibly answer. The responsibilities tied to the venerable seat. Yeah, I'm glad I took this one for you. Otherwise, it would have just been you.
I would have been yapping the whole node.
Yep. Responsibilities tied to the venerable seat of the hierarch, Xiamu, are matched only by the great power bestowed upon it. Thus, how are we to leave the matters of the wing to someone who is so evidently unprepared for the task? Given the present circumstances, our hands may be forced to cultivate the motion of no confidence. The motion of no confidence?
A motion of no confidence, when passed by the high-ranking political officials, can result in the removal of the chief executive from office.
Though they're going after Shi Chun's power. So, this is a picture of Jia Yuan Chun wanted to paint impotent family hierarchs stammering and stumbling through a first meeting to the total and near unanimous lack of support from the Edge Corp board of directors.
Whatever jargon they're on about, seems to me they've got not an ounce of respect for the lass or us. Never trust twats overly obsessed with numbers and optimizations. They'll be the first ones to kick you out the moment they no longer see you as useful.
Oh, fucking...
Heathcliff's gonna war!
If the numbers don't add up, you will be subtracted!
He's too obsessed with numbers.
You're not the only one who's pissed off, so can you please stop shaking your leg for a second? Don't need to make
I felt
out
called out
frustration.
because I was shaking my leg. As she said that.
My ass would have left the chair long ago if it weren't for this lass.
The fucking... I still love the really
I
tight...
hate that you pointed that out to me because now I can't stop seeing it and I need you to stop. I need you to stop. Stop pointing it out.
In H Corp, should the board of directors unanimously vote in favor of the motion, certain parts of the family hierarch's powers be removed. It is entirely possible that she will become a hierarch in name only.
Oh, so threatening to fire unless she falls in line. This is some needlessly convoluted way to... The assembly will now consider the motion of no confidence. Are there any objections to bring the motion of no confidence against family hierarch Jia Shichun to the floor?
Hold on, the vote of no confidence isn't an item you can invoke so lightly.
The Shi family has no objections.
Fucking Sasuke looking at... It's just the black clothes and black hair, that's the only thing.
I can't believe they changed his name from Xihua something to Xihua Shen. That's fucked up.
That is...
Let's say the Wong family has no objections either. My family too.
The
Fuck it. I'll take the cast of youngins.
The youngins. Every single time I've like the second I start to do it, you also.
You can take Wong or Hua Jian or Bao Chai if you want one of them.
Sure. I'll take Wong.
Okay.
The rest of the previous family heads seems to have changed precisely nothing. Those in power wore more youthful faces, but the tongues still carried the same old resistance to change. New family heads were just as uncooperative as ever, and everyone seemed to be solely interested in staying in Jia Wanchun's influence. New faces, same old. And needless to say, Heathcliff wasn't the only sinner fuming with rage.
'Tis far too vexing to simply watch and do naught.
Right? I knew you wouldn't let this slide, Don Quixote. They're walking over Shichun like she's not even here.
Forsooth, we cannot let such injustice transpire unabated.
Hey, seems like we're both on the same page. That's it. I'm not gonna hesitate to make myself heard again. This time I want to be courageous. With your help, Don. Come on, let's do this together. Okay? Jesus Christ, Sinclair. I do love how
the lines read as particularly pathetic when you are voicing him as incredibly pathetic.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't need the 3 dots.
Very well, I am in agreement.
Yeah, let's go on 3 at the same time. If there are no objections. 1, 2. The assembly. I don't know. It's like the assembly will vote to put this resolution to vote in a month, and 3. Here I objection.
Bloody hell, oi, have you gone mental?
Sinclair stood tall at the center of the entire room's undivided astonishment, alone. Don Quixote still. Don.
She does a little trolling.
Still firmly in her seat, gazed upon Sinclair's proud stand and rubbed her nose.
Young Sinclair, thou hast evolved indeed. What an unmitigated pursuer of justice thou hast become, with such unrelenting fervor and utter disregard for decorum. Certainly mine efforts have finally borne fruit.
What the hell? Did Don Quixote or Heathcliff suddenly rub off on you or something? Oh wait, no! What happened there? Don Quixote, what happened to objecting together?
Ho, I had taken thy suggestion to mean that we must voice our dissatisfaction through the official channels borrowing the titles of the illustrious Red Gaze and the Department of LCC.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Disputes in succession of power on such a high level of government are hardly ever resolved with rash grandstanding. Wouldst thou not agree?
Why are you normal all of a sudden?
Gonzo taking the wing politics seriously where Don wouldn't have.
Lad, what just happened? What happened to the climbing meat boy?
I guess I just assumed that this is how Limbus Company rolls now. There seems to be an unexpected outburst from Shichun's guests. Withdraw your objection, and we'll consider this a momentary loss of control and not entered as an official statement. It was, Sinclair's eyes were shaking like someone with his life on the line. If not, I take it that you have full confidence in her abilities. So please, I encourage you to elaborate. When and how will Shichun demonstrate her aptitude for the responsibilities of the family hierarch? His voice continues to shrivel into a corner. See?
See, now he should be exceedingly pathetic. Before, he should have been normal pathetic.
He can't. And how could anyone? How could anyone when we all had a very clear view of her path to ascension? During the family hierarchy evaluation, Jia Bao Yu donated the coins you received from Jia Chu to you. Essentially, you pity-partied your way to victory. Pity-partied?
Not technically incorrect.
And for your ascension, Jia Chu and those outsiders from an upstart company had to almost literally carry you to the seat. Has there even been a single victory attained by your own hands that entire process? Yes.
Fuck, who is this? Hold on. Is this Jia Chu? Or no, this might be Zhigong. But have we not all been witnesses to the qualities she exhibited during the family hierarch evaluation and her own ascension? You must have no shame, snaking your forked tongue in the audience of both heaven and earth like an unwitting buffoon.
Yeah, Chu wouldn't say that. The fan lady definitely would. That's when quiet, even footsteps broke through Jia Yuanchun's merciless dismantling of Jia Shichu. Oh.
Yet I see the point. The hierarch, with her grace, needs only demonstrate her already established qualifications before all.
This is no place for an outsider to speak. But proceed. Just how will she prove herself before us?
What an odd statement coming from a fellow outsider who's been chattering for minutes on end. Forgive me, I could only presume from your verbosity that the right to speak in this forum was open to all outsiders.
You also you were willing to let Don fucking Sinclair talk.
You have said it yourself, no, that the vote of no confidence resolution will proceed in a month. That seems to give the venerable hierarch a month to regain the trust of each family.
What?
It is rather clear to me that there are many who find their defeat in the family hierarch war difficult to accept. Such a doubt is easily resolved. A match between clans should lay out the results quite obviously.
Very well. A fair challenge between clans. Which would preclude the participation of the family hierarch's Heisho packs and the Jialan guards.
So you would remove her Pao Ju just before the game even begins? Why not make this test a series of sparring matches in both academia and martial arts, if such is the case?
What audacity. Do you truly have that much faith in Jia Shichun's abilities? You must know the consequence of failing those matches, no? It'd be a unanimous or one-sided end to the vote of no confidence, and naturally, any and all rights appertaining to the family hierarch shall be transferred to the board of directors.
That is fine by us. You are free to choose any champion whom you see fit.
Unfortunately, your underlings don't seem to share your inflated confidence. But in the midst of the confused, flabbergasted silence from the other sinners, a clear, carefree yet defiant voice rings out. Hong Lu's retort.
That's not true at all, big sister Yanqun. We actually have just as much confidence in Shichun as she does.
His wide eyes stare directly and unblinkingly to Jia Yanchun's. It occurred to me that this might be his way of expressing anger. You beat a child, how dare he stare me down like that? Then you are welcome to try. 1 month. You have but 1 month to prove before all an audience that she is indeed fit to be the family hierarch. Should you fail, the vote may as well be a mere formality.
In other words, should she successfully prove herself, none of you shall again rightly challenge the independent rights and powers bestowed upon the family hierarch. The consequences of such recalcitrance will be no different from those that the traitors are facing, wouldn't you agree? Well, then, we will excuse ourselves now. Wait, I'm...
Zhigong turns around toward us with that same mysterious smile and slowly directs us outside the assembly hall. You may call them sparring matches, but you must know that each and every one of them is an attempt to prove your claim to the seat of the family hierarch. A month is a time far too brief for drastic improvement. Regardless of for whom it may be, learning from a proper master for 10 months straight might teach a few things, but who knows how long the search for one such master might take? Not to mention the official channels through which you must bring them past Dagwanyan walls, which may take up to 2 months. Why not relent now and relinquish but a part of your powers to the family hierarch to the board of directors?
It seems that this fellow outsider's mental faculties are impressively lacking. My lord has spoken in the past that, when in the presence of 3 people, at least one of them is bound to be a teacher of mine. And here they are, aren't they? Jia Shichun's masters, each carrying something new to teach her.
The camera snaps to Radia like just eating a piece of jerky.
Fucking stuffing her face.
Just stuffing her face.
the way of gluttony. All 13 of them.
Ji Gong gestured confidently toward the flabbergasted sinners, and the assembly came to an end.
Chikun's generational 1 month lock-in.
It just the camera like snaps to the sinners, and they're in one of like the end credit scenes. You know, like Ryoshu with the fucking bird on the string, Mersol nodding off in the corner, Heathcliff and
Mersol would never nod off. He'd be completely locked, staring straight ahead blankly at nothing.
It zooms into Mersol's like inner thoughts, and it's just fucking nothing.
It's nothing. It's television
It's
static.
just television static. We give the sinners so much shit for no reason.
It's because we like them that we give them so much shit.
Just like the fucking, we get it, Ishmael, you were on a boat!
You were on a boat, Ishmael. You don't have to keep talking about it.
Like he never fucking brings it up anymore.
She doesn't at all. She brought it up more before her canto than after, but we still give her shit for it.
Well, it's like, she's like, well, I mean, I know how to tie some good knots. We get it!
I can tie knots.
Okay, you were on a boat.
We get it.
Boy, don't gotta talk about it like that. Damn.
Fuck me, I'm tired. We were planning... We were planning to train Jia Qiqun anyway, but it seems we are now on an unexpected deadline.
Hey, when you said the LCD was going to help me out, did you guys mean that you were going to publicly humiliate the crap out of me at the assembly? Of course not, Shichun. Big Sister Yanchun's an old snake. You should have given her just 30 days to set the You've just given her 30 days to set the perfect stage for my downfall, to prove to the world once and for all that I'm not qualified at all to be the family hierarch.
I don't think you can blame the 30 days. They were gonna have to vote anyway, but... Like, maybe because of the sparring, but...
But Shichun, weren't you always so good at humbling anyone who dared underestimate you? Not so much anymore. Back then, like an idiot, I thought I just had to hold on with everything I had. I thought that's all I ever had to do. But now... Now... Things are different. It's true that I'm vastly underqualified to be the family hierarch, and... She's right. I pretty much lucked into this position.
Choo-choo, don't tell me that woman's bullshit actually got to.
Well, she wasn't completely wrong, right? I'm just some kid who happened to be good enough to survive some traps and ambushes. I'm afraid that the responsibility of a family hierarch might be too much.
To be fair, you are one of 4 people who made it to, like, that final room.
Not in all that much... Not all that much intact, but she did make it.
You are one of, like, 4 people who made it to the room. Of those 4 people...
She didn't make it into the room. She just happened to be there after the room conflict.
Yeah. And of those 4 people, one of them kicked the utter shit out of... what was the title? The Padao of the Thumb or something?
Lei Hung was a capo.
Capo.
He's like a capo 3 or 4, and also one of the Pinky's Blades of the East.
Yeah, absolutely kicked the shit out of a capo of the Thumb. One was one of the members of that super elite team of ego people who are going to be the final enemy.
The N-Corp New League of Nine Literatures.
Yes. And then Anhong Lu, who is invincible as long as Dante doesn't die. So
I like to imagine that several times during that fight, Jiachu gave Dante, like, a look after a sinner died and they resurrected them. Like, you know I could destroy you, but I'm not going to. This is a conversation.
This is a conversation.
I love that he says shit when he kills sinners, like, I really feel bad about killing you, though I only do it because I know you will be fine.
Did When I fought... I think I only had, like, maybe one sinner go down in my...
I think, you had 2 or 3 die.
I don't remember.
But it was only on the first one he says the line where he's like, I do feel bad about this, but I'm gonna keep doing it.
I'm gonna keep doing it. I loved Shichun finding out about the revive thing. He's like, no, it's fine. Let me just do it. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Or
I love the in the Arcanites interval where they're like, they're all going to become Seaborns. I'm sorry. That's like, oh no. That's fine though.
Can you just like kill them and make it like painless, please?
Please kill them quick.
Anyway. Our self-confidence has significantly decreased compared to the observation from our previous interaction. The heck, Shichun? I don't remember you being this kind of character. What happened to the girl who looked down on us the moment we met? You even had the audacity not to know who we were, didn't you? Where did that confidence go, girl? Fucking girl! That actually got under her skin back then, huh?
So, Shichun, what do you want to do? Are you sure you're okay with this? Are you okay with letting this happen? If I let it happen, Big Sister Yenchun's going to continue to expand her influence here. I'm sure she and the board of directors have been cozying up to each other for a long time. Is the implication that her testaments on her influence were true? Yep, it's true. Before she left for Q-Corp, Big Sister Yenchun used to always accompany Jiamu to these assemblies. If we just let them hold the vote of no confidence, they're going to unanimously vote against me and slowly reduce the family hierarchy's scope of power. And who knows, they might even call for a reevaluation, however unlikely that sounds. Besides, Big Sister Yenchun, I think her definition of Hongyun's prosperity might be different from mine. What she's looking for isn't H-Corp's prosperity, it's Daguan Yuan's. And I know that this all has something to do with its ties to Q-Corp, which, I bet, has already been going on for a while, just under my radar. I'm sure they've already had plenty of talks behind my back. Which is not the kind of vision you have for Hongyun's future, right? And that's why you spoke up against her? My vision for Hongyun is... I want to change H-Corp to be the kind of place where people can live without fear. I just never imagined I'd have to prove myself like this, and in only 30 days. Even then, your mission hasn't changed, right? It hasn't.
Great. So it's decided then, huh? We just need Fao to deliver the bad news to Sade. So, to summarize, the responsibility of training Shichun to win these matches, these amorphous tests, upon which hinges a family hierarch's fate, and almost every facet of which is entirely under Jia Yanchun's control, by the way, and it's probably a trap, within the next 30 days, is ours. And we have to explain this to Sade.
I think it's just Sod, because the original, the two of them were Effie and Sod, and it was like a silly Korean pun where it's episode, because P and F are like basically the same, so it's episode, like Effie and Sod. That's why the other guy's name is Pilot, because it's like the first episode Pilot, he's a newbie. They're silly, stupid fucking TV puns.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of work when you put it like that.
Postmortem reports have become quite rote.
Sometime later.
Prithee, thou must impress upon the illustrious Red Gaze that 'twasn't mine idea this time.
It wasn't me! Sinclair stared blankly at Don Quixote as she made her desperate plea towards Sod.
You fucker, you piece. Yes, and I understand that as well, for the 8th time.
As always, Sod was wearing the same refreshingly incomprehensible smile. The kind of smile that makes people increasingly anxious the longer it lasts.
Well, that gives us about 30 days, during which those sparring matches, tests, whatever, will be happening as well. Great, then let's give it our best.
Sinclair mutters in a near whisper, clearly feeling responsible for what happened. Yes, I understand. I never should have stepped out of line like that, but something just...
Yeah, so let's give it our best?
I totally agree. We messed everything up again. What?
Olympus Company was always going to remain here and assist Miss Shichun, acclimatizing herself to the responsibilities of the family hierarch. It was always part of our plan. Well, I sure am glad that I took Faust's advice about how meticulous planning is completely pointless when it comes to LCB's missions. I never would have had to submit 9 separate disciplinary incident reports back during the J-Corp incident had I known. I believe I should be able to explain this further. Prior to his departure, my lord was concerned that such a thing would come to pass. That is why he has left Zilu and I to look after the new family hierarch's position, which must still be on rather thin ice.
Oh, so that's what they were privately talking about when we pulled him inside.
Doing nothing and allowing her wicked machinations to progress would have irrevocably made the entire board of directors naught but putty in Yenshin's hands. And that would have led to that snake to de facto assume the seat of the family hierarch. Against such an insidious foe who wields intrigue as her weapon, the most viable strategy is the most direct one, to challenge her head-on. Besides, has this not given you the excuse you needed to prolong your company's stay in Dagonyen? This is also a prime opportunity for Xia Shichun to further solidify her influence here, depending on the outcome of this vote of no confidence. They have played right into our hands by accepting this deal.
So, I don't want to rain in anyone's parade, but we not even consider what might happen if we fail?
No, we are not, because you will not fail, not with us aiding your efforts.
Also, were you serious back there when you said that we're all gonna teach Josh Shichun? All 12 of us? I won't object to selecting only a few of us with better aptitude to be educators. By the way, we already have an established internal hierarchy based on the sum of each of our abilities. Of course, the results are entirely to my satisfaction due to an unexpected incident.
Blood fiend. Miss Otis, that is a statement mired in narrowed vision, rife with factual refractions. I am of the stance that the qualities of a good teacher are defined not by such statistics, says the man. So, you must be the one who placed last in that scale.
Oh, fucking emotional damage!
I forgot she said that right after his line, so I was like, yeah, says the guy in last place.
Just don't say anything, bud. Best not sound like a sore thumb.
I may have overreacted, then. My lord has said, from the virtuous we may learn to replicate their merits, from the flawed we may learn to avoid their failings. As long as the student is willing to learn, anyone, anything, can be a teacher. I also, to embrace this teaching, seek from all those who we come across, just what in the heavens are you doing? Aha! I am preparing a lesson plan for young Shichun, our family hierarch.
Wow, you sure got on that fast. So what are these old wormy things here?
Aha! 'Tis a star, twinkling in its radiance.
According to the schedule you prepared, the student would have negative 3 hours available for sleep. Thus, his plans execution require cooperation from T-Corp.
I love that he's like, he's not like, this is impossible. He's like, this will require additional resources from T-Corp.
It would be a mistake most faithful indeed. I shall correct it post-haste.
But I have second thoughts about what I just said. Jigang was staring at Don Quixote's expression of her wild artistic merit upon the curriculum with her usual crescent moon eyes. Wait, is that supposed to be Jigang's grimace?
Of course, each to their own, I suppose. I need not be shaken by every little thing until we have their actual lesson plans in hand.
Hey, thanks for putting your faith in us, Jigang. We barely have any of that to go around ourselves, so I understand it could have been easy. What is
we don't even believe in ourselves.
What is
so I'm
with
surprised
our
you
sinners
are.
and just trying to make everyone who tries to work with us hate us? Wow, Jigang, it must be really hard to put faith in us. We have none in ourselves.
Oh, Shigong, you must be stupid. You could say that I have learned my lesson. The recent events have taught me that the path of learning is truly one without end.
Fucking trying desperately to justify her decisions.
She's thinking in her head, fuck.
How was I supposed to know they were all incompetent?
They're so dumb, no!
How could I have known that the only thing they're good at is fighting, and they're not even good at that?
Gulp. I see. Oh, this is Zilu. Okay, hold on. I see that you have all individually worked on your lesson plans as per Zhigong's request. I have received a total of 12 lesson plans.
She looks interesting without the hat on.
She's surprisingly normal outside of the Heisho.
With the hat, like, she's surprisingly normal. Just, hold on, should there be 13 of them? Even executive managers decided to spare their precious time to teach a class. I feel like that would be not the most valuable. Oh, yeah, I had my lesson plan too.
That is because...
The lesson plan just says TikTok on it repeatedly. I know it's not
Okay,
how,
it's not like they can't write.
I know. Like I said, I know that's not how it works, but it would be funny.
They take pen to paper and they write like a completely coherent sentence in
Anyone
the language.
else looks at it.
Anyone else looks at it, and it's just a bunch of clocks. It's just a sequence of analog clocks in a line.
Yep. Again, I know that's not how it is, but it is a funny thought. So who did do their homework? After a brief silence, everyone turned and looked at one of the sitters. Eh? Heathcliff is like, I want to be the assistant.
It ain't me.
Oh, please, at least try to make a compelling argument. Who else other than you could have possibly... Oh, guys, like, I mean, she has all 12. You put your names on them, didn't you? It's me. You Sync, you've been acting out a character a lot recently. What's going on? Well, that's... The guy was drenched in sweat for some reason. Actually, In Sinclair's seat was a large stack of papers, each filled to the brim with writing. Sinclair, are these papers? Yeah, I'm done. Sorry, I got too into making a lesson plan. I just couldn't stop myself from writing. Phew. Sinclair couldn't have appeared more proud as he placed that big bundle of sweat-soaked papers into yeah. And she receives a mild trepidation. Turning a man!
Imagine her, like, pinching the packet as she takes it out of his hands.
Turning a man into mincemeat? That's fine. Sweaty paper? Eh.
It's about familiarity. You seem to have dedicated quite the momentous effort in drawing up this lesson plan.
What's up with her?
Let's start with a viewing from the first of the stack. 108 Analytical Approaches to an Aesthete's AAA. What does AAA mean, and how do you plan to explore all 108 approaches in a month?
Appreciation of artistry and assassinations. Ryoshi's like, yes! Yeah!
You went too far.
Right, sorry.
Flip a page and continue reading for those 108 approaches. What paint did you use?
She just grins.
It's quite viscous, and the paper has partially melted.
Lady, watch yourself. You almost got on my arm.
She's super tall, actually. She's really tall.
Yeah.
A painting.
As though that Gregor's also really short. She is taller than Radia, so like Merceau's the only one who'd be like her height equal.
I think she's taller than Marcel, actually.
She might be, but Merceau, as I recall, is slightly taller than Radia.
Yeah. Entrails? Coating the world. Yeah. Now you know how aesthetes appreciate the artistry of slaughter.
Just what the hell did you paint in that paper? Hey, get it together! Jilu stumbled briefly. Whatever was on the paper must have given her quite the shock.
Literal assassin, by the way. My mind wandered for a moment.
Huh.
This is too dangerous to be used for a lesson, thus it goes to the discard pile. Weak sauce.
Jilu crumpled up the paper without hesitation and tossed it out of sight.
Next, Intro to Societal Reintegration. Impressive title. Chapter 1, How to Shake Hands with Your Left Hand When the Situation Calls for It. Chapter 2, Exploration of Exclusively Long-Sleeved Fashion and Practices. Chapter 3, Projecting Confidence and Why Having a Bug Arm is Totally Cool.
That's, you know how it is. Proud of who you are, and all that philosophy stuff. I want us to give a bit of a paradigm shift. We can all come to see our flaws, not as failings, but as evidence for individuality. Which will assure in a world where we can carry on with our lives, no matter what kind of
Look on
we
her
have.
face. Discard next.
Jilu quickly flipped through the pages.
Intro to Denigrative Linguistics, subheading The Power of Words. Sticks and stones may break their bones, so let's add words to the pile.
Okay, Otis, I would have thought you'd have something about military army tactics or something.
My credentials include the ability to dress down opponents so hard they fall to their knees and beg me to stop. I have plans for application as well. The lesson teaches methods of pertaining to disguising compliments and criticisms, vice versa.
All of this seems rather difficult to learn.
I've concluded from my hitherto observation that Jiaxi Chun is an individual with great promise in this field. Follow my instructions to a T, and I guarantee you this cadet shall be able to have the upper hand in any verbal confrontations.
The maybe pile.
Is this a curriculum to make the best brawler or the best family hierarch out of me?
Jilu seemed quite interested, but Jiaxi Chun's vehement veto eventually overruled the suggestion. It's like, it would be good if you could do this, though.
It is a skill.
This would be a good skill for you to have.
On Justice. Another impressive title. Subheading, Methodologies of Captivating an Entire Room of Preoccupied Audience. Discard.
Discard. No.
Finally! Wherefore? Next. Practice of ego splitting concerning into mirror conflict between the self and the reflections and paradoxic ally fractured theories of idealism which one attempts to open an unopening door to open the door.
Hello, you song commercial.
Utterly incomprehensible. Discard. Perhaps Miss Ryoshi's advice to truncate the lesson title should have been taken in earnest.
He's so depressed.
Survival and Exploration. 21 reasons to pay attention when the exploration team leader is giving advice on the upcoming adventure. Case study for 30 horrible mistakes that occurred because the team was distracted during the leader's lecture. How to track down a troublemaker who tries to sweep trouble under the rug while the team leader isn't looking. Someone ignored my advice that we should have been moving 2 steps ahead. Finally, I've narrowed them down to 3 culprits.
Wait, I forgot to take that part out.
And
Into the shredder it went. When did that paper shredder get there? Fucking...
the art of... That's gotta be Heathcliff. The art of using yawning as a cover for popping a cookie or 2 into your mouth, especially useful when getting lectured.
That would be quite the skill. While someone is lecturing you, managing to sneak a cookie into your mouth.
You have to do like a sleight of hand trick where the cookie's in your sleeve, and you like raise your hand to cover your yawn and flick the cookie out of your sleeve and into your mouth. Something only Rogia could accomplish.
Hey, if you get good enough at it, you can do that with nuts too. If you're doing the sleight of hand, I think the nut would be easier.
Yeah, I feel like it would be easier.
So it's you who made those crunching noises at our last meeting. What? Nah, take me for an amateur.
The art of social maneuvers. How to let it flow through you.
I like to imagine Jilu's Mento just slowly dying.
How to not make things awkward when you walk right in on someone bad-mouthing you. The most important part of this art is to flash a refreshing smile in a way that looks earnest. It helps when you convince yourself that smiling is what brings good fortune. Smiles have a way of disarming people, giving them pause and making them hesitate. I remember that. Big Bro used that technique to confuse a lot of Dagonian people who hated him. I see. I can't quite bring myself to throw this into the shredder. Next, how to remain in complete stillness for a week until the next command is received.
I'm soul. This lesson plan is based on Rodian's advice that I must prioritize strengths that are unique to myself. Look, in my defense, I know you consider that to be his unique strength, okay?
Let us consider whether standing in complete stillness for a week is a quality one might seek in the family hierarchy. This one is certainly interesting. What separates bravado from bravery? Jack Shite, sawed off and grab your weapons.
Yep. Oh, he's gotta read the full print.
Ha! It's my philosophy that reason don't necessarily need to be considered before coming to blows.
Martial prowess is indeed an indispensable part of the family hierarch's qualities, but our focus is not on developing a hierarch of a syndicate. Next. Information disparity as a driver of inequitable treatment.
I'm just imagining somehow Charon got in here.
Well, information disparity as the reason for inequity. That's the most
it's just the driver. It's just driver.
Yeah, somehow Charon made it. Charon grew the dinosaur.
Anyway.
Oh, that's actually the most interesting sounding one so far. And the application of engineering frameworks. Okay, it's kind of losing me, but I'm still on board. For systematic resolution in rational, self-interest-driven societies, Gesellschaft, and... Is it still going? That was 1/5 of the full title.
Faust, we had the whole thing about fucking Yisong do that same thing, Faust.
It seems that the same trouble has hindered both you and I. Every word in that title was added for its absolute necessity. Indeed. Indeed.
I enjoyed how in that scene of both of them right next to each other, they're holding their opposite arms.
Yep.
After she come through the majority of our lesson plans.
Finally.
It's only Dante. Only Dante is somehow the most sane person in this group.
Now that that's over...
Yes, it's finally my turn. Sinclair sighed with the gravitas of someone who's just been bestowed with the most important mission in his life. Thinking back, even back in school, I used to daydream about becoming a teacher myself. I thought I could be good at it. So, I guess you could say that I'm pretty happy to be given an opportunity like this. Crushes dreams, Zilu.
Zilu, whack his forehead. Make him suffer.
I call my lesson the theory on self-overcoming. We have to accept that everyone stumbles at first, but by always striving to be a better person than I was yesterday. Hey, but what if I like who I was yesterday more? That's okay. Everyone has their own unique potential sleeping deep inside. So if everything I've learned and experienced so far, let me teach you. Let me teach you how to not doubt your own capabilities, how to always shoot higher.
Hold on. You had me for a second there, but what's up with acting like you're an infinitely more enlightened person than I am?
Of course, I prepared a speaking class where you can learn how to speak of modesty, too. I never would have imagined Sinclair would be this into it.
Yeah, why was Ishmael Merceau there?
Because
that was a Merceau line read.
The muscle didn't move in my fucking... I put everything else into, like, the right position in, like, my mouth and throat, but not the muscle for pitch.
Okay, it was funny. It works.
Yeah, too bad he's so into it. He's not even listening to what Shichun's saying.
Following that, your company's... it seems that Zilu has completed her review.
There's also Sod in the background, slowly losing her mind more and more.
Well, they just arrived. They just
Okay.
got here. Oh, I see. Now how everything's going, everyone? Class prep going well?
Mein curriculum most especial.
Okay, so that's a no.
That's a no. That was Sod's impression upon taking a quick glance at Don Quixote, who was sobbing and cradling the shredded pieces of her lesson plan in her hands. Well, it wasn't a complete bust. At least Sinclair's lesson plan
survived. You, Miss Igong, Miss Sod, I've prepared a full 30 days worth of lesson plans. Would you like to take a look? But Zhigong and Sod weren't looking at those lesson plans Sinclair presented so proudly before their eyes. They were looking away. Zhigong especially was looking away with an unmistakable expression of pity.
So he doesn't know. Would you mind explaining this, Zilu? I could not bring myself to tell him. Apologies.
I couldn't crush his dreams right after he told
Also,
me there.
I fucking love her little bunny pin on her coat. So this young man produced this entire sizable stack of lesson plans all on his own. I see. Weakness has found its way into your heart in the face of such earnest effort. I understand. However, it has been decided that Sinclair will not be participating as one of Jashichun's teachers. Or should I call you a pupil, Sinclair, to be exact?
Oh. This has gotta be a mistake, right? Isn't Shichun the pupil here?
No, there haven't been any mistakes. My lord has specifically instructed that you are to learn from this as well.
What?
What?
Seriously? This isn't right. Guys, this isn't right. Now this looks like a proper classroom. Would have felt pretty dang empty if just Shichun sitting on her own, don't you think? Besides, I bet Sync's the resident expert on going to schools, right? School's a luxury for me, you know? Yeah, maybe. It doesn't mean I ever wanted to go back to school. You should learn to be grateful. I don't dole out teachings to just anyone. Don't forget, we have to redo the whole lesson plan under their supervision. Otis, you always get on the soapbox and try to lecture everyone about something after every single battle anyway. And you, Ishmael, you always get hyperfixated on something. Once you find something interesting, you never stop talking about it for 3 hours at least. Like you're fishing!
Boatism.
Like your boat.
I will ensure that you... Oh, okay. I will ensure that you receive the best education I can provide, Sinclair.
Trying to skip it ahead.
Hold on, I thought we were the underdog duo. Remember the other checkup when I said we got this? We were gonna get this together.
The evaluation painted a twisted picture of the true scale of strength, the sole measure of which erroneously relied entirely on physical might. I shall not hesitate to impart knowledge for those who require education. Congratulations, my lady. You have found yourself a deskmate, which some also call a bestie, depending on desk placement. Huh?
She's excited. A bestie?
Deskmate? Bestie? What the heck does any of that mean?
Huh? Jashichun's eyes widened with confusion, as though she just heard those words for the first time in her life.
When I first met her, she was 16. She explained to me that she hadn't attended any school-like institutions. This is par for the course for the children of Hongyuan, who are raised for the purpose of becoming the next family hierarch, the reason being that schools can be a perfect place to assassinate someone.
So, deskmates and besties. Sinclair began to explain, seemingly resigned to the fact that he was essentially going back to school for a month with the other sinners as his teachers. Usually sit next to each other and help one another out. A bestie might nudge the other awake when they doze off, share their homework with one another if one forgot to do theirs. They usually end up being including the best memories of each other's school time.
So, not very important at all, huh? I think I got this on my own. I don't need a bestie.
Oh.
It may have come a few years late, but I am moved that my lady finally has a chance at experiencing school. Same here. I remember it like yesterday. Shichun would sit and watch other kids walk to school from a distance, tears welling in her eyes. Dude! Oh, and that reminds me, one day, out of nowhere, she started saying something about eating from lunchboxes with friends. I haven't a clue as to how or where she even heard about it, but she snuck into the kitchen and... oh, wait! Don't you guys have lesson plans to write? Come on, hurry up! 30 days are ticking down! We've only got 30 days left! Of course. Unfortunately, I've become quite occupied with another task of great importance, assisting Wei with indexing and reviewing various documents that are in critical need of organizing. Thus, I must leave the lesson planning to you two. Zilu and Miss Sod, have you any thoughts on this matter? Slacker. What was that? I said nothing.
She is hilariously chill for what her role is.
Very much so. Okay, so if you notice, this node has a different icon.
Yeah.
This node is several hours long. So,
Alright. I was
if you
nearing
notice, it's
ready
called
to end anyway.
30 days of classes is the name of this node. This is a very long node. Perhaps very much one of the longest non-dungeon stages in the game. It's very fun. I love it very much. We should not start it right now.
Alright, well, this will be for later then. So,
Yes.
with all of that done, I want to thank you for coming out, Thank you for coming, and hopefully we'll see you for the next one. Have a good night, and we'll see you then.